What exactly did this video reveal, and why is it important?
Well, it's really an unscripted moment. I mean, Uber's corporate culture has been in the news lately ever since Susan Fowler, a former engineer, wrote a pretty scathing blog post about her experience at the company. Then we received basically a dash cam video from a longtime Uber driver who's unhappy about the direction that pay for drivers has been going. He sent that to us, and have a listen. So in this conversation, which takes place on Super Bowl Sunday, Travis is actually talking to some friends about the culture at Uber and how the company is doing. Have a listen.
My year is coming up, maybe 40.
I make sure every year is
It's Christmas birthday. Saturday, by the way.
So Ryan, you've had to counsel many a CEO and a founder through through these unflattering moments. What do you tell them when they're in the kind of vortex of bad news like Uber is right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's true for any company. Like any crisis that happens, it's about truth seeking. How do you try and get to the root of what's going on and know that most of the infrastructure in the company around you is there to try and hold that information away from you. So you have to be actively and aggressively looking for that truth and then trying to figure out how to solve it quickly and communicate as clearly as possible.
Well, I can't say, we thought a lot about, whether to write this story, but it seemed to me that, Travis's personality is really kind of central to all these questions. This is a company that has changed how cities work, and he's not only talking about the culture of Uber, but really kind of showing a little bit of his pugnaciousness, right, his personality. So have a listen to this second clip where the driver challenges Travis Kalanick about the issues around driver pay, and he responds somewhat forcefully. Have a listen.
You know what? What? Some people don't like to take responsibility for their They blame everything in their life on somebody else. Email for phone card. Good luck.
Brad, that was some pretty surprising stuff. What do you think this really reflects in terms of Uber's culture? Is there really a trickle-down effect? I mean, when you have a CEO that has said rather pugnacious things like that, what does that mean for the overall company?
This is why actually Uber has been successful because, Travis, he doesn't suffer fools. He has bowled over every regulatory and competitive challenge in his way. The issue is that he has to be a politician now, right? He has to deal with these very sensitive constituencies. And here's maybe an example of him not putting his best foot forward. And Ryan, I'm curious to hear what you think. I mean, you're friends with some of these folks on the Uber management team, and you've known Travis for a long time. Do these CEOs and founders now have a responsibility to be a little less pugnacious and more politically astute?
Yeah, I think any company that ascends in the way they have and other companies have, there's a point where you're fighting as an outsider for a long time, and suddenly you're someone everyone else looks at, and there's a transition that happens, and you see some leaders make it and some don't. And I think they're going through that transition now. I mean, watching this, I'm curious to see and think through, you guys get something like this dropped on your doorstep. How do you think about the process of assessing that and whether you publish it or not? Uber's a utility now. It's changed, the way these cities operate, and Travis's personality and Uber's culture is so very much in the news right now. So it seemed to me that when we got this video, that we really didn't have any choice. It's very much topical, and it is another one of these unscripted glimpses about the man and about the company.